G'day guys, I'm out on this job to do some feral pig control. This property has suffered a fair bit of damage from those animals on his oats. I got here last night straight into things, but I want to show you what I've seen this morning after putting the drone up to go and have a look where I shot last night. Now the damage from that aerial scale isn't ideal. I think you'll agree with that. It's very distinct, and you can clearly see how much of an impact that those animals make. They've had a hell of a dig down in there. I was quite surprised. I managed to shoot about 25 out of that one little corner where all of that damage was, so great outcome last night. I'll be back into things tonight, but for now, let's watch how last night unravelled. See if they stop. They might stop. Even though I'm out here doing pest control, that's not a half bad looking head, is it? I'm trying to keep the rifle dry. I'm succeeding for the main part, even though it's got water on it. It's not as wet as it could be. That's because I'm under a Bunnings umbrella. Yes, there's the first, shooting pigs under an umbrella. Ah, the joys of it. It is currently raining. I'm just hiding under this door at the moment, trying to decide what to do. Reload some magazines, see if it's going to pass. Ooh, we've got a squirter. Not a bad boar, this fella. Shot him straight through the eyeball as he was walking towards me. He was on a mission to go somewhere. I just happened to be in the way. This rain's really set in now. I'm not quite sure what to do. I'm just posted up here at the moment because I thought I heard some pigs, but I can't seem to pick them up. The thermal conditions are just getting worse and worse. I had some trouble with ID on this pig. He's had his head in a hole. You should see the mess around here that he's made. This is all fresh from tonight. He's had an absolute party down in here. Look at all that hole. That hole there is about a foot deep. They certainly do some damage in no time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's starting to get foggy out here now. I nearly shot my quad bike with this vixen, just pulled up to the side of it. I'm up and at things this morning. It looks like a total ghetto camp down here, to be honest. I've got stuff hung up everywhere and sitting in the limited sunshine that I do have, just trying to dry out. It got very, very wet last night. It's not an amazing day. It's a bit windy and overcast, but hopefully the weather is meant to pass. So I'm going to have myself some breakfast, clean my rifle, which is absolutely filthy, and then I might go for a ride up this hillside and just see what's around. But the real action will be again tonight once it gets dark. Running my 223 Remington on this job. I'm not actually that far out of a town, so I'm trying to keep the noise profile down. The 308 with subsonics, though, that'll make an appearance as well. On top of it, I've got my Pulsar Thermion 2 LRF XL60. Fantastic optic for this work. as you'll see. Quick and easy feed out here. This morning I'm having the on-track meals all day breakfast. They are very, very tasty. I'm going to warm that up in the jet boil with a little bit of rice. And then I'm going to use the hot water and I'm going to try this dog and gun coffee. I haven't had it before. I've got the red stag for this trip. I've been told it's very nice. I'll have to report what I think. Smells good. Moment of truth. Let's see what this is like. It's pretty good. If you haven't tried this on-track meals all day breakfast, do yourself a favour and do so. It is very, very tasty. It's got mushrooms, chorizo sausage, pork belly, potato, beans, like I said, a little bit of rice. Very, very nice. The best thing is though, I've only got to clean this bowl. I hate mucking around in camp. Cleaning up a kitchen out here with limited equipment, all I've got to do is wipe this bowl over, bit of a spray, job done. Back to doing something that's a little bit more fun. Oh, that is terrible. Oh, couldn't pay me enough to eat that stuff. Oh, that tastes like horse piss. I'm just joking. I'm just taking the piss out of some of the stuff you see on the internet. Here's a little quick tip. Something a few months ago I put on the door of the fridge in the ute is scissors. I use these all the time. They're so useful. I was always a knife guy, but honestly, these things come out all the time and they're completely legal if you get pulled over and anyone starts asking questions. I've had a bunch of people ask me for more details on the new vehicle build that I've just done. I will do a more detailed run through of everything that's in it, but for now, this is just the quick version. The base vehicle is a Volkswagen Amarok. Model is a Style 600 with the leather package, so it's a V6 diesel version. I've got no affiliation with Volkswagen. We like the vehicle as a family. Simple. It's a full custom rear aluminium body made by Triple M Sheet Metal in Beresfield, New South Wales. I'm very happy with how this has all come out with the underbody storage drawers, fridge box and shelves for charging all of my crap. Body electrical is extensive, all red arc, including a 150 amp hour alpha lithium battery, all tucked in out of sight behind the fridge box. There's a Bushman's 85 litre upright fridge. Hidden behind the fridge box just there is a Viair compressor that's plumbed into two underbody air tanks. I've got a Drifter 270 awning, bloody mint, and I'm so glad I have this on. I've also got the wall kit for the awning. I'm just not using it this trip. Got a Frog Captain rooftop tent. On front, I've got an AFN two-tone bull bar. Tucked into that is a 9,000 pound Rhino recovery winch. I've got Light Force Beast driving lights. The ditch lights are Rock 20s. I've got flush Rock 20s in the rear, and underbody perimeter lights are Rock 9s in red LED. On the roof, I've got an ARB base rack. Not so happy with the wind noise from that. I've got a red LED light bar from AS Trapping. That guy is off-road use only though. A Starlink Mini up on the roof. ROH Raid machined alloy wheels. New Mutant Predator 265/70/17 XAT tyres. Suspension is upgraded by around 40mm in height with capacity for the bull bar and winch, along with 300 kilo rear springs plus airbags for when the load does increase. MCC steel side steps. Got a Brown Davis 160 litre long range fuel tank. Also Brown Davis underbody steel protection plates right along the undercarriage. The GME XRS 370 UHF radio. That's a must have in any 4x4. The main work on the four-wheel drive was done by Acco and the boys down at Active 4x4 in Beresfield, New South Wales. I'm really happy with how the vehicle's worked out. I've spent a bunch of time in it the last few months and it's been amazing. I will go down the rabbit hole and do a much more detailed video on the build, but for now this is all I've got time to do, and I hope that it answers off some of those questions that I keep getting asked. I thought I'd find pigs up in here. Excellent. These are some of the ones that are coming down onto that crop off the hill. I've just had 9 pigs jump up behind me down here in this gully right next to the quad bike. To say they've had a bad day would certainly be an understatement. One got away down in all this long tussock stuff. I don't know where it slipped away to, or it's down in there hiding. I'm not sure, but certainly a good demonstration of what you can do with the tools that I'm using at close range. Yeah, chews up them pretty hard. I'm giving the red dot a fair run this afternoon on a 45 canted mount next to my thermal. I just don't have time to get on that optic, so the red dot is perfect when these pigs are getting up and they're heading for cover. I've got the 308 all set up, ready for subsonics. I'm parked up on that bit of a bend in the river where all that pig damage is, so if I haven't shot them already and those animals come out, I will be waiting. This afternoon has been really productive. I've stacked up another 15 odd pigs up in the hills and a bit of a gully, so that's fantastic. I'm getting some good numbers up here now. Hopefully that makes a difference. Anyway, we will see what tonight brings. One thing is a certainty, it's a much nicer evening than last night, but it will be cold. Every time I come here, I have trouble with cattle. Curious creatures. I guess it's not their fault. This was the first pig out of that group, coloured thing. You never quite know what you're going to get when you wander up on these pigs. They just heat in a thermal. They all ducked into a gully off to my right though, which was really annoying. So I've walked up the slope a bit further and there's been another few pigs up that direction. So I've capped the first one as it was wandering along. The second one paused and it had a branch right across its vitals. I had a really slim margin. Now, I know I'm really good at shooting branches. It's my speciality actually, but I managed to slip that round into that pig, so happy days. There's a delayed reaction. I'm not sure how much of this I'll be able to show. Let's just say these pigs had a really bad day. It's time to call out Ben from Hunt the Night as the big channel supporter and sponsor of this video. If you are in the market for thermal or anything else that I'm using here tonight, have a look on his website or go and have a look in his new store in Pakenham. He stands behind the products that he sells. He really knows his stuff. He certainly goes right into that rabbit hole of what is the best device for someone to use. Anyway, check him out. I seem to be making a habit of running into foxes with googly eyes. I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe I should stop. I've spotted these pigs on the slope up above me. A little bit of a chase. The first couple were larger. After that though, only little guys. That got a little bit spicy. Certainly got a warm barrel. As I suspected, it is very, very cold, but there doesn't appear to be a frost on the ground. I've shot around 100 pigs. That's been a fantastic effort. About 20 foxes. One very happy property owner, I'm sure. Thanks to those guys for getting me out. If you did like the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Ensure you subscribe to the channel with the bell icon on. I'd really appreciate it if you'd like to have a look at my Patreon. And I'll see everyone next time.